The message arrived at 11:40 p.m. I remember the exact time because I had already been staring at my phone for 12 minutes before it buzzed. Waiting, watching the typing bubble that never appeared. Then finally, the cabin trip with friends is extended. The signal's great up here though. A smiling emoji, 2 exclamation marks, too cheerful, too casual. My wife, Emma, hated bad reception. She complained about it constantly. Yet suddenly she was celebrating good signal in a remote mountain cabin. I stared at the screen. Something inside my chest shifted. Not panic, not anger, just a quiet awareness. The kind that arrives when a puzzle piece finally clicks into place. I typed back slowly. Glad you're having fun. Send. 3 dots appeared immediately. Miss you. I looked at those 2 words for a long time. Miss you. Funny how lies always try to sound affectionate. I placed my phone face down on the table and leaned back in the chair. The house was quiet, too quiet. Emma's laugh used to echo through these rooms. Now the silence felt like evidence. Because 3 days earlier, I had seen something. Not proof, just a moment. A notification lighting up her phone while she was in the shower. One name. Liam. No last name. No contact photo. Just one message preview. Can't wait for the cabin. At the time, she had walked out of the bathroom wrapped in a towel and casually flipped the phone over before I could read more. Her smile had been relaxed. Too relaxed. Just a girl's trip, she had said later while packing. I nodded. I even kissed her goodbye. But something about that message, something about the way she had avoided my eyes when she left, it stayed with me, like a splinter buried under skin. Small, invisible, but impossible to ignore. So the first night she was gone, I did something I had never done in 8 years of marriage. I checked our phone records. Not secretly. Technically, I own the account. Legally, it was mine. And there it was. A number that appeared over and over again. Late nights, early mornings, sometimes calls lasting 40 minutes, sometimes just 5 seconds. Liam. The name matched the number. The number matched the pattern. But suspicion isn't proof. Not yet. And I needed proof. Because accusations destroy marriages. Truth ends them. So instead of confronting her, I stayed calm. I texted normally. I asked about the trip. I listened to the small lies she sprinkled into every conversation. Just the girls, wine by the fireplace, bad weather today. And every time she said it, I quietly verified the opposite. Weather reports showed clear skies. The cabin she mentioned didn't even allow pets. Yet she claimed someone brought a dog. Little cracks, tiny fractures in her story. Enough to let the light in. And 2 days later, the final piece arrived. Not from Emma, from Liam. Or more specifically, from Liam's wife. A woman I had never met, but whose message changed everything. Her text contained only 1 sentence. And a video file. I stared at it for a long time before pressing play. Because deep down, I already knew what I was about to see. And once you see the truth, you can never unsee it. I watched the video once, then again, then a 3rd time. Without sound. Because the sound wasn't necessary. The image said enough. Emma, my wife, standing on the balcony of a wooden cabin, laughing. A man's arm wrapped around her waist. Liam. They weren't hiding. They weren't nervous. They looked comfortable. Practiced. Like this wasn't the first time. At one point she lifted her phone, smiling toward the mountains. Probably sending that message. The signal's great up here. The timestamp on the video matched the exact minute she had texted me. Which meant something else too. She hadn't accidentally been caught. She had been recorded. While actively lying to me. The video ended with them kissing. Slow. Unashamed. I closed the file. No yelling. No smashed phones. No dramatic confrontation. Just silence. Because anger is loud. But control. Control is quiet. I opened my laptop. By midnight I had already called my lawyer. By 8:30 the next morning the paperwork was moving. Divorce filing. Asset protection. Property transfer. The house legally purchased with my inheritance was moved into a trust my father had set up years ago. Emma's name disappeared from the documents before lunch. Clean. Final. Then I sent one message. Your signal with Liam was recorded. My divorce lawyer already sent notice. I turned my phone off after that. Not out of fear. Out of disinterest. Because once the truth is exposed, the lies panic on their own. 3 hours later the doorbell rang. I opened the door. Emma stood there. Red eyes. Shaking hands. Behind her, her parents. Her sister. Even her uncle. A full delegation of damage control. Please, her mother said immediately. This is a misunderstanding. Emma stepped forward. It wasn't what it looked like. I leaned against the doorway. Calm. Silent. The same calm that terrifies liars. She kept talking. It was just stupid. A mistake. Liam's marriage is already bad. We were drinking. It meant nothing. Nothing. Interesting word. Because people always call betrayal nothing once it's discovered. Her father cleared his throat. You shouldn't throw away a marriage over something like this. I nodded slowly. Then I pulled out my phone, opened the video, and turned the screen toward them. Emma's laughter filled the air. Her arms around Liam. That kiss. The silence afterward was heavy. Her mother covered her mouth. Her father looked away. Emma just stared. Broken. Cornered. I locked the screen. The house transfer was completed yesterday, I said quietly. Her head snapped up. What? You don't live here anymore. The words landed harder than shouting ever could. For the first time since arriving, Emma had no reply. Just silence. The kind that appears when someone realizes the game ended before they even walked into the room. They left 10 minutes later. No arguments. No apologies. Just the quiet sound of a family escorting a liar away from consequences she thought she could avoid. That night the house felt different. Still silent, but no longer empty. Because some betrayals don't break you. They reveal you. And as I turned off the lights and walked upstairs, one thought settled calmly in my mind. Emma didn't lose her husband that day. She lost the only man who ever believed her. And she would never find another one that naive again.